Good evening. We're going to go ahead and get started with this portion. And here we're talking about whole grade level things specific to second grade curriculum in Madison City, curriculum as a whole, and our expectations. We're very adamant here at Midtown that regardless of the classroom that a child's in, they have a similar experience as far as what they're getting curriculum-wise and how we're feeding them. We want every single child to grow to their full potential. If you haven't met me yet, sorry, my name's Savannah Denise, I'm the principal here. I have the best job in the world, and I have known most of your children since kindergarten, and I just can't believe they're already in second grade, and they are doing so well this year. The teachers, several of them text me like, I love you, I don't know how I got such a good class, but they are doing a great job overall. They are with phenomenal educators. I would have zero hesitation putting my child in any of their rooms. This team works very well together. They collaborate very well. Even though they're a large team, they get along great. So I just know it's going to be a phenomenal year. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and let them share curriculum information with you. Thank you for coming. Ms. Wilson?
Hey, so I'm Becca Wilson, I'm the reading coach, and this is my first year at Midtown. I'm excited to get to meet everybody and meet your children. I've enjoyed it so much already this year. Your kids are just precious. The Literacy Act, I don't know, that might be something new for everybody. Back in 2019, the state enacted a law that said that all Alabama students would be sufficient in reading by the end of third grade. We know that research tells us that if they are doing well by the end of third grade, that kind of sets them up for success throughout their educational journey. And one of the ways that we kind of do that is having a reading coach and some tests that we do to kind of monitor your students. So these are some of the layers of support that we provide to children all throughout the school. So we do tutoring, sometimes in-school tutoring, sometimes it's out-of-school tutoring. We put plans in place. Your child's teacher is going to have different plans and different things that they're doing with your child. Basically, what I want to make sure that you know is that we have eyes on your children, and if there's an issue or a problem, we're going to let you know. So basically, if you don't hear from us, then you can just assume that everything's okay. But part of the Literacy Act says that by the end of third grade, in order to show that sufficiency, there are 4 different ways to do that. The first and big way is to make a certain score on ACAP. ACAP is our standardized test. Your child will take that for the first time this year, so second grade's a big year for that. And so we're looking for a magical score on that, but we know that kids sometimes just have an off day, or they may not make the score that we want them to. If that happens, all hope is not lost. Then we do some other things. We have a portfolio option for them, so we can collect data throughout the year that kind of lets us know that they still are on track with where they need to be. We have summer reading camp opportunities. They get a retake on the test. Second grade, we do kind of watch that in preparation for what's to come in third grade. So you may start to hear more and more information about the Literacy Act because it's really going to be impactful for your students next year.
I'm Mrs. Gillespie. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our ELA curriculum. So we use 95 phonics for our phonics curriculum. That's really going to address making sure that we're spelling our words correctly, hearing each sound individually, and putting all those pieces together. And so that's what we use for phonics. We'll have weekly assessments on that to make sure that they're making appropriate progress. And then Open Core is our reading curriculum. That's where we're going to address our comprehension needs, vocabulary, grammar, writing. All those good pieces are going to come together in Open Core, and we'll have assessments for that on a regular basis as well. And then we also encourage independent reading in second grade, 20 to 30 minutes of independent reading. We offer those opportunities in class from time to time. You can encourage it at home. challenging them to read different genres, and some teachers use a seesaw component so that you can hear what's going on with their reading as well.
Hi everyone, I'm Maddie Spurgeon. I'm the new math coach. I know a lot of your students too because I was previously a first grade teacher, so I have a lot of my heart in who they have in their classroom now. So I'm going to go over just some of the different highlights for math instruction. So we have our standards. They were adopted in 2019, and second grade is still a standards-based grade level, so their report cards and course reports will be monitored through standards, but then also being assessed through different types of curriculum. So just know that there's a report that comes out to y'all that will be able to kind of explain it just like in first grade. The Numeracy Act is something that was enacted in 2022, and much like the Literacy Act, it's trying to get your students to be proficient in math by 5th grade. So by the end of 5th grade, we have put a lot of supports in place as well, even starting up in 2nd grade. That comes through tutoring in school and after school if needed, summer camps, different types of interventions that we're putting in place as well. And we are also just watching closely to make sure that they have the support they need, as well as the teachers, so whatever instruction is needed in the classroom, we can give them. So, yeah. I'm Ms. Wilkes. We follow the Big Ideas curriculum, which is up here in the green book. Ours is blue, so each grade level has a different color. Theirs is blue. We have an online component that they're able to utilize. There's like a data library and all that. If you find that your student is struggling in Big Ideas, I'm more than happy to share how they can access through their Chromebook additional problems or prompting questions that will move them through the subsections that they're working on. As far as the math workshop, we're working on finding a balance within centers or must-do, may-dos, and small group for them to be able to get their hands on manipulatives and things like that. Same with their fluency workstation. The goal is for them to move through that colored progression. So they started adding 0 and go to adding 1, counting on, add 10, make a 10, so that's friends of 10, and then eventually working their way all the way to having fluency progressions through making 20. We will have assessments that are pulled directly from the Big Ideas curriculum. We'll sometimes supplement some things if we need a standards check or things like that, but for the most part, we are sticking to the Big Ideas curriculum. So they will bring their tests home. After we assess them, you'll be able to see them, and mixed.
All right, I'm Ms. Sweeney, I'm one of the second grade teachers. I'm just going to briefly go over the science highlights. So we're using the 2023 Alabama Course of Study in Science, but a lot of what we do for science is like embedded in like our reading curriculum and our math curriculum. And then we also have the privilege of having a STEM teacher. So we also have Ms. Corley, who's able to teach a lot of those standards for our students as well. So they're getting a lot of hands-on science there with her, but then also implemented in the classroom through like our reading curriculum. And then social studies, and so this is also something that we use for the course of study. We have studies weekly, but also we do at the end of second grade, we have a citizenship booklet course that we go through, and it's really fun, and it helps our kids to kind of learn just like the basics of like what it is to be a U.S. citizen, kind of some history, voting, and so it's really fun. They really enjoy it, and we also implement a lot of this into our reading curriculum as well. So they get to see a lot of that throughout the things that we read to build background knowledge.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Creasy. This is my 28th year. I do not have much more to go. Digital literacy and computer science. We do use Chromebooks quite a bit, but the state has really emphasized us using digital literacy. Building strong digital citizens. How to use not just how to use the Chromebooks, but how to use them wisely. And one thing that's kind of been in the media is like a digital footprint. And so we try to start teaching them everything you do can be traced. So just how to use those computers wisely. All right, so digital access at home. And you guys should have access to this, and so there are links on this. I think we've all sent them home. And you can click on that and find some elementary parent sites. And these are all the things that are on our MCS bookmarks, which you, over the summer, probably have seen that. But that's how we access, or the students access everything. And we do too, actually. If you have a problem with your device, there's an incident IQ, so just fill that out. I know a lot of you will contact the teachers saying they're having trouble, but if you will contact the tech center and use the help desk. Go Guardian, which is really great for us because we can see what the students are on while they're on the computer in the classroom. And we can monitor what they're doing if they are on the website that they're supposed to be on and have it, wandered off into something they shouldn't be. I was going to say that. We can't monitor what they do at home, so when we do send those Chromebooks home, you guys can, that's up to you to monitor that, but we can't monitor that from where we are. All right, so learning platforms that we use, Clever, we access everything through Clever, so it's made things a whole lot easier for us too. So everything that they need, they access through Clever. And some learning platforms that we use, and we all kind of do different things in our classroom. Some of us use Seesaw, some use Google Classroom or Schoology, but I think primarily in the lower grades, Seesaw is what most of us use.
Hello, my name is Ms. Kentrell. I'm going to be talking about assessments. So the first assessment is iReady, and iReady is going to be assessed the beginning, middle, and end of the school year. So iReady measures reading and math progress compared to grade level standards. And once your child takes their iReady assessment, they will follow their own personalized learning path where they can practice and review and learn different skills. Then we have in-class, which can also be known as the DIBELS test. This is also administered 3 times a year, and this measures foundational reading progress in grades K through 3 using various subtests. So once your child takes the DIBELS test, your child's teacher will progress monitor them as appropriate based on what they need and kind of target the subtests that they might need extra help in. Then we have the ACAP, which, like Ms. Wilson said, this is their first year taking the ACAP. So that will be administered in the 4th 9 weeks. And it measures progress toward grade level standards in reading and in math. And you'll get more information about that closer to time, so just be on the lookout for that. And then we have formative assessments, which are ongoing daily assessments that your child's teacher will use to inform instruction, like observation, discussions. These can be little check-ins that are written just to see where your child is at and how they're progressing every single day. And then we have homework. So homework is just a necessary review of skills, and even though it is not graded, homework is very beneficial and it helps the student improve their academic performance. And so we highly encourage homework routines, and if you have any questions about homework, just email your child's teacher directly and they can answer any questions that you have.
Hey, I'm Ms. Sellers. I'm going to talk about grading for just a little bit. You can expect a report card every 9 weeks. This year, that report card will come home in an orange folder. So you can check these dates here. Be prepared. Check those backpacks, check those binders. An orange folder for all second graders will come home. That orange folder will be used for both report cards and progress reports. We'll just pile everything in there so that we can look at progress throughout the year. And on that that note, we do want to reiterate and highlight as a team that our standards-based report card, those standards are end-of-year expectations. So when you get that first progress report or that report card and you see 2s, 1s, all that means is that we are continuing to partner with your child and we're working closely together. We'll cover the extent of each standard by the end of the year. So if you see that at the beginning, please don't panic. That just means we're going to work together and we're going to provide some extra practice. On this next slide, this is the same. This is just about progress reports. Progress reports will come home at the 4.5-week mark in between those report cards.
Okay, I'm Miss Grady. I am going to talk to you, well, Miss Wilkes and I are going to talk to you about specials. The first one is counseling. We have a new counselor this year. Some of you may know Miss Davis. Miss Baker is our second grade counselor. She is working directly with our grade level and may be pulling your student for various needs throughout the year.
Next is the library. We have Miss Neal, who is our head librarian, and then Miss Jones, who is a library assistant. They're both so wonderful and they work so closely with our kids in order to do things like making second grade bracelets or introducing special books that they feel like the kids would love. They're able to do such wonderful, engaging activities with the kids that really spark their joy in reading outside of the classroom. They are able to, this year, check out one book, I think, is 2?
They checked out one, but they can't.
Okay, the first time they checked out 1, but they'll eventually be able to check out 2 this year. So please make sure, I'm sure they will appreciate it, that towards the end of the year when you're getting those millions of parent emails about their library book needing to be returned, that you're working to do so that our second graders can continue to check out 2 as opposed to 1.
Okay, and next is art. This is Mr. Newquist. They go to art 1 day a week. For 30 minutes, and he has his own course of study for arts education. They love it. He's very creative and lots of fun.
Miss Francis is our new music teacher. Music is one of our specials that are pushing into the classroom this year, so she'll actually be in your child's classroom conducting music with them.
Okay, PE, we have Coach Hostler, and Coach Garner. So they go to PE every day for 30 minutes, and typically that's followed by a special of some sort. And the goal of the program is to promote physical competence and knowledge of movement and safety.
Spanish is still Senora Clemens. She is also one of our specials who are pushing into the classroom, so she'll be in their classroom for their specials time.
And last is the STEM program, which has already been mentioned tonight, but this is Miss Corley, and she teaches STEM classes once a week. Every class goes to see her for 30 minutes during that specials block. They do a lot of out-of-the-box kind of projects with math and science kind of as the foundation for that program. That's you?
So sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry.
The gifted program, this is a little bit different. We actually acquired a second gifted program because we have so many gifted children at Midtown. So Ms. Tibbs, you may know, and Ms. Aaron is our new gifted teacher. We actually assess them for this in the second grade. So that's called the second grade Child Find program. They'll be pushing into the classroom in order to observe them, and we will be submitting work samples and things like that. So they actually will not be pulled for gifted services until third grade.
And the ESL program, Ms. Kerr is new to Midtown, and Ms. Kackelman, sorry. She's been here, but they are both working together to work with our ESL students, and we have a lot of that, so we are glad to have their help in promoting and advancing our students. Okay, awesome.
Hi, I'm Miss Randall. I am going to be talking to you guys about some school highlights. So first, please make sure that your child brings their backpack to school every single day. You guys know we have their binder that comes home, needs to be brought back to school. Some of us have our fluency folders going home, just various things, so it's important for them to bring their backpack every day. If any of your students do bring home their Chromebooks, say if we have a weather day or anything like that, please make sure that it comes back charged, and a water bottle. I know in my classroom personally, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but some of the water bottles are the ones that they don't screw on. They just have like a lip to them, so when they put them up, they're spilling everywhere. So if we could go with a water bottle that actually seals closed, that would be great. And a snack. Please have your student bring a snack every day. We do have a snack time. I know our lunch is a little bit later, at least for me coming from kindergarten, so it's a little bit later on in the day, so if they have a snack, they won't be hungry in between those times. Ms. PTA.
Sorry, I was not planning to talk.
Okay, so the big thing from PTA is our fundraiser kicks off in 2 weeks. September 10th, it's going to be an Olympic-themed fundraiser. We've got a really fun video coming. We're looking to just do some modifications around the building to make it feel warmer and more homey for our kids and less sterile and cold. They learn better when they're in a more comfortable, inviting environment, and so that's one of the things we want to focus on this year. And I think Ashlyn's going to talk about volunteering and joining.
Hello, I wanted to share that we have our membership still open. We have a goal of 300 participants this year, and I think last time I looked, we are at 238, so we're getting there. So right here is our joining QR code, and we also have some out on the table. Joining PTA is $9 this year. We also wanted to make sure and clarify that because you join PTA does not necessarily mean you have to volunteer with PTA. When you join PTA, you're showing your support for the school. PTA uses all of its funds that we're able to do a lot of the events and projects around the school. If you came to the Back to School Bash, that was one of the PTA events, so we would love your support and being able to continue events like this. Also, this year we're going to be having a lot of member-only prizes. Everybody likes prizes. Starting with a monthly spirit stick. Every parent that joins PTA, you will have your child's name into a drawing, and every month we'll be pulling out for your child to win a spirit stick for their classroom. If you have more than one child in the school, don't worry, we have some hidden spirit sticks, so all of your children will get one, and you don't have to be like, oh, pick one. So also, if you come to our PTA meetings this year, we're going to have a lot of door prizes, and we have a large PTA prize at the end of the year with a staycation that includes a stay at the Marriott outside of Redstone Arsenal, along with some food gift cards and family games to really offer a fun opportunity to put on lucky PTA members. So, joining PTA automatically gets you a ticket, and every meeting you come to gets you another ticket into that drawing. So,
And every volunteer shift.
yes, and if you do decide to do the second part of volunteering, then you also will get additional tickets in there. So, I look forward to seeing all of your names come through my name.
Hi, I'm Ms. Oliver. Oh, sorry. Hi. Hello. Hey, I'm Ms. Golliver, and I'm talking about ways that you can stay informed. So, all of us send home a weekly newsletter. It could either be on Dojo, the email, or sent home on paper. Then we have a fantastic website and Facebook page. Facebook is great to look at some of the things that are going on in the school on a daily basis. You can use Power School, the parent portal, and then, of course, if you have any questions, you can go to this code of conduct, the student code of conduct.
Hey, I'm Miss Knowlton. I'm going to talk to you about the grade level field trips. We have one that is scheduled for the Cooks Museum, October 24th and October 25th. We're splitting second grade into 2 different groups, so more information will be coming home on after Labor Day for that. We do have another field trip that will be coming up in the spring. I did want to mention that if you are interested in chaperoning, you need to apply for a background check, a BIP card, sorry. If you're interested in that, and you can find that on the Midtown website. And then siblings are not allowed. We will be offering a class shirt option as well.
I'm one of the assistant principals here. I think I know most of you, or a lot of you at this point, but if I haven't had the pleasure to meet you yet or your family, please come up and introduce yourself. It's really important to me that I connect students to families and faces and all those good things. I'm going to actually go ahead and dismiss our wonderful second grade team. They have had a nice long day at Midtown today, and I'm sure they're ready to go. So yes, round of applause. They are an absolutely wonderful team. I've had the chance to hop in a lot of their rooms so far as the school year's gone and watch their kids interact, and they're so engaged, and I just want to shout them out because they go above and beyond for your kids every day. And they really care, and they are digging in deep into that instruction now that we've kind of introduced all our routines and procedures, so there's lots of wonderful things happening in second grade this year. I'm going to talk really quickly about attendance. I know this is familiar for most of you, but I like to go over it really quickly. We do ask that you send digital excuses. This can either be through the MTES attendance email, that is the one our front office staff prefers, or you can do it through PowerSchool directly, whichever one is more your speed is great with us. We do ask though that if you email, like a doctor's note, so you take a picture on your phone and email it off, just type something in the body of the text like, hey, this is Kylie's excuse for the day, or whatever you need, because if you don't put any message in the body of the text, it goes to our spam folder and we do not see it. So if you want to email, just make sure you write something, or you can do it directly through the PowerSchool app as well. It's super easy. So after 3 unexcused absences, you'll be notified. I'll call you. 5 unexcused absences, you have to come in for a meeting with me in the middle of the workday. It's very annoying. It takes a good chunk of time, and I hate to do that. And then 7 unexcused absences, we end up referring you over to central office and eventually the truancy officer. So to avoid all of that, please just make sure your students are here as much as possible. We want them here. They're learning a lot every single day. So it's really important that they're here. Please do not send them if they're sick. We have plenty of that going around. So keep them home if they're sick, of course. But if you can, try to schedule trips and things around our breaks so that they're here. It's just really important, especially as they get older in the grades, that they're here and present for that instruction. All right, we hand it over to Ms. Easter.
Okay, just one more thing that I'm really excited about. I'm actually sharing about this at the September 3rd PTA meeting. One of my goals as a principal this year is more student voice. And I was initially going to do it with just 3rd through 5th, but I have recognized, as many of you I'm sure have, many of our clubs and extracurriculars are geared towards 3rd, 4th, and 5th, a lot 4th and 5th. It's just kind of the nature of some of them and what they do. But we are going to be starting, it's called the SLT, Student Leadership Team, and I decided to include 2nd, because I think they are finding their little voices. I'm sure you see that at home. I have a 2nd grader, so some of the stuff she says, I'm like, excuse me, ma'am? But they are finding their voices, and I don't know about you guys, but when I get like an email from a student, nothing makes me prouder, and I pull them immediately. I just think that's so sweet and just neat that they are doing that. So we're going to meet probably bi-monthly with me and maybe potentially other administrators, but how we're going to select the student, I just want you to know, is I did like a list of traits of what I'm looking for, and the class is going to vote on who they feel like would be a good representative for their class. And I plan to like pop them in classes and talk to them about it, so I just wanted to share that because I'm really excited about it. We'll do that for 2nd through 5th graders. They'll have 1 representative from each class. I'm really looking forward to that starting soon. But if you don't know this about me, I'm a wide open book. Please don't ever start an email with sorry for bothering you. It's actually my entire job for you to bother me, and you're not ever bothering me. Any problem that you have at home, if it's important or a concern to you, then it's important and a concern to me. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I want you to feel good every day when you drop your kids off, that we love them, we're taking care of them, and we're educating them to the best of their ability. So if you ever don't feel that way, I do want to know about it, and I want to know how we can mend that and how we can make it as great of an experience as possible for your family. I really appreciate you being here. Myself, Miss Cecil, Miss Spurgeon, Miss Wilson, Miss Baker was here, our counselor. I'm not sure if many of you got to meet her yet. She may have anything like that. Thank you guys. Have a great evening.